anytime and anywhere. Live and for free on the One Sports YouTube channel.
Unang jump-ball pa lang nahuli ang gusto. PBA basketball, ginalian ng gusto. Shoot sabay sigaw, dribble tapos hataw. Hiya parang lindol, Pastor Peter ni Idol. Solid ang laban, malupit ang galawan. Solid ang punch, malakas ang hiyawan. Ang action ay walang hinto. Sa solid na laro. Solid ang laban, malupit ang galawan. Solid ang punch, malakas ang hiyawan. Ang action ay walang hinto. Sa solid na laro. Baba ang depensa, mabilis ang opensa. Tinawag ang play violin.
Nagbabalik ang bakbakan ng PBA Season 50 Governors Cup mula po dito sa Inares Center in Antipolo. It's a gloomy day. Medyo maulan dyan sa labas. Kaya kung malapit-lapit lang kayo, pumunta na kayo dito. Samahan nyo kami. We are gonna be starting our doubleheader with a matchup between these two teams. Unahin na natin ang TNT Tropang 5G. Panalo sa kanilang unang laro dito sa komperensyang to. And they are the back-to-back defending champions of the Governors Cup. Kalaban naman nila ngayon, kupunan na naghahanap pa ng unang panalo in this tournament. Terrell Brown and the rest of the Titan Ultra Giant Risers have lost their first 3 games. Gusto nila makabawi. Could this be the start or the end of a streak? Yan ang tanong natin para sa araw na to. Again, we thank you for joining us here on RPTV. Jot sulit po kasama si Jolly Escobar. At mamaya makakasama natin si Ms. Nach Miravalles. Coach Jolly, it's good to work with you again.
Yes, sir.
Ano bang may expect natin sa laban na to?
Good afternoon, everybody. And yung Titan, just the first 2 games, wala po silang reinforcement on finally. May import na po sila, pero yung talo nila, ang laki pa rin nung kanilang pagkatalo. They have to make some defensive stops, Jot, at kailangan constant. Ayan po sila, Group A, doon sa may bandang ilalim. Titan Giant Risers, 0-3 po sila. At po galing po sa kanilang first game, they beat Macau, Chad.
That's right. So, Group A and Group B, yung 13 teams natin hati kasi sa dalawa. So, yung mga Group A, kasama tong Titan at TNT, they will play a total of 12 elimination round games dahil double round robin within your group. Para po dun sa mga hindi pag-aano pamilyar dito sa format ng ating Governors Cup. But let's talk more about TNT. TNT, kinapos lang last conference from becoming the first 8-seeded team to win a championship. Natalo in Game 7 but they came out, although short-handed, maganda pa rin nag-resulta ng unang laro.
Win is a win, Jot, pero lumamang sila ng 18. A big fourth quarter para dito sa Macau, 36 points, pero just able to hold on TNT, 106-103, plus 7 on the boards ang TNT, 25-17 ang mga assists. Jump shots were going in para dito sa TNT, 53-30. The bench came to play as well para kay Coach Chot and TNT, 47-35.
Imagine mo, Coach Jolly, kung Sino-sino yung mga hindi naging available for TNT? You're talking about Calvin Oftana, Jason Castro, BG, Arpoy, Eram, and Kelly Williams. Wala dun sa limang yon na naglaro in their opener, but guys like Rey Nambatac definitely stepped up. Now, Nambatac, you know, he was talking about yung kanyang performance in the Commissioner's Cup and parang feel niya, inamin niya na parang medyo nawala yung Rey na kilala natin, but he's happy to bring it back, lalong-lalo na sa simulang-simula ng Governor's Cup.
Was in such a slump or a funk o kung anong tawagin mo dito sa Commissioner's Cup kasi tama ka, 5.5 points per game is not Stingray. 2.5 rebounds, 2 assists lamang. Versus Macau, 23 puntos on 53% field goals. Na-up lahat, rebounds ng konti, 3, and then lots of assists dahil nag-create ng maraming attention itong si Stingray Nambatac. Lahat ng mga defenders nandyan all around him, so able to pass the ball as well. What a game magmula dito kay he was best player, John.
And after that win, si Coach Chot, sinabi niya rin how happy he was to finally play a full game with their import Darius Days. Sabi nga ni Coach Chot, yun na yung pinaka naging tune-up nila with Darius Days because that's the first full game they played with their new import who's obviously coming in for Ronde Hollis Jefferson na dinala yung TNT to the last 2 Governor's Cup championships. Malaki-laki rin, mabigat-bigat yung pinapasa nito ni Darius.
Ayun na nga, hindi masyadong enviable yung position niya dahil palagi siya makukumpara doon sa sinabi mong RHC, Ronde Hollis Jefferson. Pero still, those numbers okay naman, 23.6 boards at 3 assists. And very important yung pagkapanalo pa rin nila. He's able to squeak out a W there, 7 of 16 ang kanyang mga field goals.
At yung isa pang nagbabalik because last conference, itong si RR Pogoy, he wasn't able to start the Commissioner's Cup, came into the picture midway through dahil may inindang injury. But now, simula pa lang ng Governor's Cup, nagpaparamdam na agad itong si RR. A big game for him. At talagang pinuntahan siya ni Coach Chot, exploiting those matchups. Yan naman kasi si RR Pogoy in his position. He is always someone who creates mismatches.
Well, just recognizing, Jot, na you mentioned ang daming ang injuries doon. So, the scoring will be up to him, RR Pogoy, Nambatac, naka-score na maganda, and then Jordan Heading na nag-struggle nung larong yun. 21 points pa rin ang naging nakitala nitong si RR Pogoy on 8 of 17, a decent field goal percentage. 4 of 9 ang kanyang 3-point field goals. So, mabuti na lang, dalawa silang pumutok doon. Stingray Nambatac and RR Pogoy.
Actually, marami pa nagtulong-tulong dyan sa tropa at mamaya pag-uusapan pa natin yan. But for now, let's hear a report from Ms. Nach Miravalles.
Hi, Jot and Coach Jolly. It's good to be here with you guys again. Alam nyo, despite the depleted roster and Darius not in his best shape, according to Coach Josh, para sa kanya maganda pa rin yung nilaro nila at naniniwala siya na nangyari yan because they were all on the same page. Isa pa daw sa pinakamalaking challenge na kahit naman daw sa ibang team ay nararanasan, yung tediousness. Their bodies breaking down from doing the same things every day. So para labanan yun, pinagtutuunan talaga nila ng pansin, strengthening their skills and getting as much rest as possible. Kaya sa ngayon, focus muna sa kayang gawin hanggang sa umayon na sa kanilang sitwasyon, lalo pagdating sa conditioning ng kanilang players. Jot and Coach Jolly.
Thank you so much, Naj. You know, even with that first win over Macau, parang hindi pa nga natin nakikita yung full force ng TNT.
Definitely, Jota. Yun na nga because of all those injuries. At coaches are the happiest. Manalo sila ng 1 point, manalo sila ng 20. A win is a win. They always say that, Jot, mga coaches.
Well, importante, makita na natin yung full force ng Titan because they've lost back-to-back 30-point games. Diba? And they are still winless after 3 contests.
A little bit frustrating when I watch them. Jot just not able to defend. Binugbog sila sa paint. Tinakbuhan sila. 29 points, 29 fast break points. 35-point win para sa NLEX. 135 to 100. 49% ang field goals ng NLEX. 37% lamang para sa Titan. This is plus 22 on the boards. That's too much. Too much of a disparity. 72 to 50. Points in the paint, ito yung sinasabi natin. Fast break points are points in the paint as well. So 70 points in the paint against 40 lang. And then the bench, grabe rin ang disparity niyan. Shot.
Well, 26.3 points yung average losing margin itong Titan Ultra over their first 3 losses. And they really will have to turn things around. Sabi mo nga, wala naman din silang reinforcement dun sa unang dalawang laro. But the biggest loss they suffered was when Tyrell Brown debuted for them. I'm sure Brown is eager na magpakita ng mas magandang performance dito and hopefully that leads to the first win of Titan in this conference.
For sure, John. I'm sure they were excited. Andiyan na. Tapos yung sinabi mo nga, doon pa sila nilamangan ng pinakamalaki. Well, Titan really battled for this guy, for T. Brown. Judge is a wide body who can score, he can rebound. Those numbers are nice, 27 and 10. Definitely the field goals, he has to be more efficient, 10 of 25. May dalawang assist pa. Magaling na scorer, nakita natin, he had a 4-pointer, a couple of 3-pointers. Yun ang create that space dun sa may bandang ilalim. Pero it has to translate to a W, Judge.
Yeah, iba't iba rin naman yung mga sumubok tumulong dito sa Titan. I think one thing that's happened is hindi pa nagkiklik ng sabay-sabay. But etong si Roy Sumang, the veteran who recently made a comeback in the PBA nung pumasok etong prangkisa ng Giant Risers, he's really trying to carve out a name in this league again. Once known as someone who can pour on the points, yun yung ginawa niya nung kalaban nila NLEX.
Kahit natalo sila dyan, Jat, I feel na that's a feel-good game para sa kanya. Roy's already 35, Jat, still able to play and play well sa PBA level. 18 points on 7 of 15. Apat na 3-pointers made of 7 attempts. Napakaganda ng percentage. May dalawang steals pa. Etong si Roy Sumang, he's hoping to duplicate, even replicate probably today against TNT, Chuck.
Oh, that's right. Pero yun nga, kakailanganin niya nila sana. Everyone locked in, everyone helping out. Joshua Munzon, you know, there's a lot resting on his shoulders. He has become the main man netong Titan Ultra if we're talking about the locals, di ba? And
yes,
offensively, defensively, we know how talented Joshua is.
Definitely.
He was able to do damage in that game against NLEX. Umangat naman na yung performance, but I think there's another level na pwede pang ma-unlock.
Well, we have to note din, Jat, na yung first two games na natalo sila, Terra Firma and Converge, he did not start. 6 points lamang against Converge, 2 boards, 4 assists. Dito sa NLEX, nag-start siya. 17 points para dito kay Joshua Munzon. 33% ang kanyang field goals. 7 boards, 2 assists. I'm sure meron naman siyang, palagi may steals to. Etong si Joshua Munzon, I think he had 2 nung nakaraan.
Yeah, because he's usually either leading the league in steals or one of the best in terms of that. May balita rin sa atin tungkol sa Titan Ultra si Miss Nudge.
Yes, gaya nga ng sabi mo, no, Jot and Coach Jolly, yung mag-click sana ng sabay-sabay at tulong-tulong, yan yung inaasahan ni Coach Renzi Bahar dahil alam niya na hindi nila kayang makipagsabayan kung pa-isa-isa lang, lalo sa rebounding. Kaya ang paalala niya sa kanyang players, at this point, hindi na to tungkol sa size, but it's about the heart. How much they're willing to do for the team. Sa practice naman daw, they focus sa pagtakbo, lalo na sa pagkuha ng offensive rebounds to improve their chances in that department. At the same time, to help their import adjust to their pace and hopefully yung trinabaho din nilang depensa gumana sa TNT na alam naman natin hindi talaga nagpapaawat lahat ng players tumira ng tumira. Jot and Coach Jolly.
Thank you so much, Nudge, for that report. Pag-usapan na rin natin yung isa pang pwedeng tumulong dito sa mga Giant Risers. The rookie and Brian Sahonia. I mean, hindi pa ganun katagal or ganun kahaba yung karera na itong rookie to, pero nakakapagpakita na ng kaya niyang iambag.
Talagang scorer, talagang gusto niya maka-score every game. Pero kung compare natin against Converge, Jot 5 of 15, mababa ang kanyang efficiency. Much better against NLEX. So 11 points on 5 of 8. Ang laki ng in-improve ng kanyang efficiency. May 3 rebounds pa itong siya sa kanya plus sa 2 assists. Jot.
So it's a matter of making this formula work because you look up and down the roster nitong Titan Ultra, may talent, may promise, may potential. But you have to take that next step. Na you turn that into winning and you turn that into success. That's what they're hoping to do right now. Pero syempre, hindi biro yung makakatapat nila, the defending champions of the Governor's Cup.
Ito na mga top-tier teams, di ba, TNT. Of course, pero even when they played Macau, I said this about TNT, if there is a time na talunin sila, it would be now. Baka meron pang konting kalawang. You talked about yung isang damakmak na mga injuries on the TNT side. Maybe, di ba, kung magagaling ang mga scouts nila and they're aware of this, itong mga the Titan side, di ba, baka today is today. Ang haba na ng kanilang losing streak na nagsustem pa from the last conference. Pamamalita namin sa inyo yan mamaya. So titignan natin if today is the day para sa Titan.
Yeah, at sometimes kailangan mo lang nung unang panalo to propel you into a series of wins. So yan yung hahanapin ngayon ng Giant Risers as we now send it to center court, our Coliseum announcer for the call-out of the starting five.
It's the Governor's Cup of your PBA 50. Our first game for today features the TNT Tropang 5G versus the Titan Ultra Giant Risers. Let us now meet the starters first for the TNT Tropang 5G. Point guard from Cagayan de Oro City, number 28, Gio Halalon. Shooting guard from Tonto, Manila, number 15, Jordan Hidding. Small forward from Talisay City, Cebu, number 16, R.R. Pogdoy. Power forward from Cagayan de Oro City, number 12, Glenn Cabuntin. And at center is the Tropang 5G's reinforcement, number 1, Darius Days. Coaching the Tropang 5G is Chot Reyes. It is now time to be the starters for the Titan Ultra Giant Risers. Point guard from Santa Cruz, Manila, number 3, Fred Yu. Shooting guard from San Miguel, Manila, number 7, Jeric Balanza. Small forward from Bacolod, Pampanga, number 24, Joshua Munzon. Power forward is the Giant Risers reinforcement, number 32, Tyrell Brown. And at center, from Luwag, Ilocos Norte, number 9, Pau Habilionor. Coaching the Giant Racers is Renzi Bahar. Game officials are Mike Lordeliza, Janine Nicandro.
These are your officials para sa larong to. Mike Lordeliza, Janine Nicandro, Jeff Tantay, and Chester Guy. Sila pipito. As we now take a look at the starters. Darius Days, right in the middle. Para dito sa TNT, it's a relatively small lineup. Kasi itong si Days, mula na nakita natin in his first game, I don't think he's a natural big.
Okay.
Diba niya hinaharap ng mga tao, hindi masyado pumapasok. Tyrell Brown, he'll be beefed up in the middle, in the front court by Pau Habilionar. Balls up, game is on. TNT will take first possession. Coach Jolly, ano tututukan natin early in this matchup?
Ganda nung you were mentioning, you're talking about the size of double D Darius Days. Ang ganda siguro na magiging pag nagtapat sila nitong si T. Brown. Halos magkatimbang, parehong wide body. Titignan natin itong matchup natin.
Totoo yan, no? So, pero itong Titan clearly wants to speed up this game.
I like that. Mga Habilionar, talagang all the rim run talaga. Able to finish, pero hinahawakan.
Oh, kapit agad sa left ankle nung pagbaba niya from that layup. I'm not sure if ngayon lang yan kasi balot na agad yung mga paa niya eh. That's something that Days showed in his PBA debut. He can shoot it from deep.
Parang konti lang yung mga atake niya sa basket, diba? Nung kanilang game against Macau. Mostly three-pointers ang kanyang mga pinakawalan. Darius Days.
Cabuntin guarding Brown. And that's what Halalon does best. But, last touch din si Gio dun. So, na-recover ng Titan Ultra yung bola. They'll have 14 seconds on their shot clock. Brown, attacking baseline. Inurong si Cabuntin, pero andun yung depensa ni Days.
Pero gusto ko style itong T. Brown. He will punish you dyan sa may down low painted area. This is a miss, a rebound Balanza.
You. On the outside, no good. So back-to-back. Palitan ng mintis yung dalawang teams. Halalon will try. Sabay decide na reset na lang muna tayo.
Yes. They have to be able to sprint back. Di ba mention natin yung 29 fast break points. Masyadong marami siya. Diba dapat, and these are easy baskets, yun. Another 3-pointer pag wala.
That's his second triple. Talagang yan yung una niyang hahanapin. And why not? If it's falling, ang hirap naman sabihin, huwag mo itira yung tres kung pumapasok. Oh, look at Fran Yu getting away.
Hindi naman mabagal itong si Gio Halalon, pero di ba, at that time, flat-footed was Gio. Inatakan itong si Fran Yu.
Would it be a stretch to say that Fran Yu is parang the new generation Gio Halalon? He's someone who pressures in the backcourt. Ang bilis din, bibigyan ka rin ng opensa. But speaking of giving you some offense, yeah, that's the third three-pointer for Darius Days.
So you were talking about Fran Yu, always the #1 facilitator on that Titan side. Always a good number of assists and points as well, Fran Yu.
Gitgitan sa ilalim. Habilionar draws a foul on Days. Ito yung galaw ni Darius. The step back three-pointer, he has had 3 of them. Ito yung isa pa dun, catch and shoot naman.
Ganda naman yung pag-locate sa kanya, di ba? They know he's wearing 3. Sabi ni Pao, Millionaire here is a 3 of my own. 5 of the 7 points. Kaya magmula dito kay Pao Millionaire.
Ito yung sasabi ko, si Franyo naiwan sa backcourt. A little delay lang, a little pressure lang. And that used to be what Gio Halalon did for Magnolia, for star hotshots ng rookie siya, for Gilas Pilipinas even.
Malaking bagay yung sinasabi mong delay na yun. Diyan, di ba? You're knocking off 2 or 3 seconds off of yung shot clock ng kalaban. At pagkaganyan, hindi mamaya-maya, nagmamadali na, di ba? Dahil the shot clock is winding down na. So, malaking bagay yung sinasabi mong delay.
3 minutes into this game, lamang ng 4 ang TNT behind the 9 points of Darius Days. All of them from 3-point range. Pero back-to-back din na 3 ang binitawan ng Giant Risers.
Terrific pass mula dito kay Frank Hughes recognizing, di ba? I'll get my gunner started na agad.
Suddenly, it's a 1-point game. Days, 3 na naman ang hahanapin. This one short. Pero Halalon was there. Bogoy will try. Could not hit the 3, and Titan finding a way. Oh, they lost it. Heading will get into Bogoy. Ginugulo ni Munzon. Heading attack baseline, got the drop on Brown, pero inabot pa rin.
Struggle magmula dito kay Jordan Heading, magmula sa kanilang game against Macau.
And with that balanza floater, goes Shali, lamang na. Etong Titan Ultra.
I'm sure in their heads, yung na-mention natin dyan na matagal-tagal na silang hindi nananalo. Di ba? They want to get that elusive dub, that elusive W with TNT.
But TNT has taken a lot of shots from beyond the arc to start this game. Oh, Munzon! Ginawang obstacle challenge. Etong depensa ng TNT, but loses it. On the run, Days laying it up. Oy, masyadong malakas yun.
Kasi sabi mo natin, this is why he shoots 3-pointers. Should sure ball yung kanyang layup. A Millionaire will miss a supposedly easy one.
That was great effort from Heading. Heading will try again. From the outside, Kubuntin's tap. Lands in the hands of Munzon. An erratic stretch for both teams.
I like how tinatry nilang buhayin. Di ba? Trying to get Jordan Heading involved sa kanilang offense. They just understand that it's very, very important sa kanilang offense, Jordan Heading.
Pero hindi makabuta si Jordan early in this game.
Di ba? Para mga 3 attempt na yata. Twist layup, couple of his jump shots. Kim Orin papasok in his place muna. Starting to think may iniinda kaya itong si Jordan Heading. Yeah, I'm used to seeing him score 15, 20, 20 plus per ball game.
Terrell Brown finally gets a shot to fall in. And that will lead us into a timeout. A massive run, 11-0 run. Para sa Titan Ultra, they have taken a 4-point lead. And that rally capped off by this triple mula sa kanilang import na si Terrell Brown. We'll be right back.
Healthy and Pure Brand, our official decoration partner. TNT, our official IT partner. Our valued licensees, PBA Fresh and Signal, World Balance, Daily Fantasy.
Obviously, you can't be satisfied with an ending like that. But at the same time, we knew we were going to struggle. Number one, kulang kami sa players. We've got 3 starters who are not playing. And number 2, this is our first tune-up game. Hindi kami nakapag-tune up in the off-season because we opted to rest, recover. So this is the first time that we've played with our import, with Darius Days in an actual game. As you can see, there's a lot to work on, and you know the game that we played tonight it cannot match with the other teams in our group.
Yun yung sinasabi natin kanina, di ba? Nasabi ni Coach Chot, that game against Macau, yung unang laro pa lang nila with Darius Days. Visibly naman na meron pang kapaan na nangyayari, pagpapakondisyon na nangyayari. But Darius is getting there fast. Yeah. He's working well with guys like Rey Nambatac who just hit a 3.
At saka syempre, first game pa lamang, di ba? Darius Days. Talk about minsan sila pagka iba yung iba yung mga practice game. Sabi nga ni Coach Shot, hindi wala silang practice game. So that's parang yun ang big practice game na lang na that game against Macau. This is why I love this guy's game, my friend. He just hit a 3-pointer kanina lang before the break. Pero he likes playing inside as well. Tama dahil that's about 240 there, my friend. 245 ang timbang. So yes, punish guys sa bandang ilalim. Talking about deep round.
He's built like linebacker. Diba? Kung makita mong pasugod yan sa'yo, atapang-atao lang yung haharang dyan.
Kasi ka na lang, ano?
Here's Munzon. Labas KU. Fran stops on a dime. Floater doesn't work. Galinato. Nakakuha na ng rebound si Brown. Tumatakbo ang tropa. Kubuntin. Extra step. Couldn't finish. Galinato with the tip.
Correct. This nice trail job. Rim running is a Henry Galinato. He will be playing such an important role. You were talking about the injuries. We're looking at 3-3R. Hindi nakapihis. There's no Kelly Williams. Ang tagal nang hindi naglalaro ni Foy Era. So napaka-importante. Yan, sa mga instances na gano'n, kailangan Henry Galinato has to just try to be present and try to stop yung mga shots na gano'n sa ilalim.
Nag-excuse me lang to si Brown sa ilalim. He's just moving everyone. Nambatac. Labas. Aurin initially hesitated, and perhaps that's what caused that miss. Humihingi si Omega sa ilalim. Thought he had position against Nambatac. But I think this might be the better move to go to Brown, although he misses. Omega with the save. You save. Diretso kay Pugoy. TNT has numbers. Pugoy finds Kabuntin underneath.
Magandang ball movement lang, Jot, finding the open guy, Glenn Kubuntin. Para sa akin, this points galing kay Glenn Kubuntin is parang bonus yun. That's one of their top defenders on that TNT side.
Coach Johnny, makikita mo rin yung pag-transition nitong TNT. Dati si Pugoy yung mga recipient ng mga ganun base, and it will be the Jason Castros who will set him up. Pero syempre, I mean, wala namang bumabata, di ba? Everyone tumatanda yun. Pugoy, I'm not saying na he's slow or anything, but nag-iiba na rin yung role niya sa pagpasok ng ibang mga player around him. But he still can put on the points.
Kumpiyansa na rin dyan, di ba? Kasi because of his defense, he gets a lot of minutes. Ito yung R. Pugoy, fading away, jumper, make this basket. Nilinis pa yung ring.
Okay, on. Ato, saka Omega. Okay, boom. No screen. Baka meron kay Josh. Ha? Pag wala, down screen. Lalabas si Boss.
To be honest, yung last conference ko was a wake-up call and eye-opener na rin para sa akin kasi I've been playing in the PBA for 8 years and yun yung pinaka-worst performance conference ko so far. So sabi ko, hindi pwedeng ganun. So I need to step up and ibalik ko yung usual na laro ko. And dito mag-start yun sa conference na to and good start yung ginawa ko. And sabi ni Coach Chot, hopefully mag-tuloy-tuloy na. And the key in this conference for myself is to be more consistent.
Back in 2017, Rey Nambatac entered the PBA as the 7th overall pick selected by Rain or Shine. He spent 8 years sa prangkisa ng Rain or Shine before moving to Blackwater in 2024, and then shortly after napunta dito sa TNT, and hindi niya talaga raw matanggap na yun yung worst conference niya. We'll talk about that later. Makibalita muna tayo kay Nudge. Alright, we'll try to go to Nudge a little later. Pero, Coach Johnny, alam mo ba na yung kwento nga nito ni Rey Nambatac as he tries to break down the defense? Nung napunta raw siya sa Blackwater, well, actually, when he got traded away from Rain or Shine, akala niya patapos na raw yung career niya. He actually said that, and I don't think it's any disrespect to the team that he landed with, but parang feel ko sa tagal lang nung tenure niya, yung tenure niya sa Rain or Shine, the moment na na-trade siya, pakiramdam niya, ay, meron na bang mga, yung next generation ba, dito na ba? Machuchup na ba?
Naman,
But he found his confidence back nung napunta siya sa trophy.
Which is great. He's a friend, Jat, nagsama kami sa Rain or Shine. Gumaganda na yung mga laro niya dun sa Rain or Shine. And then that happened, pero yun na nga, that's the nature of the beast. That's the nature of the business. Mate-trade ka talaga. So that happened, got to him. Pero, well, he stayed with it. At eto na siya sa TNT. I would say Nambatac is back after that defended game against Macau.
And imagine from thinking na patapos na yung karera mo to suddenly winning back-to-back championships. Yung first championship mo in the PBA, talagang tataas ulit yung kumpiyansa mo.
Yes.
And that's also why tumaas din yung standard niya with him saying that a conference like he had in the Commissioner's Cup, hindi acceptable, hindi pwedeng maulit-ulit. Here's Brown against Varile underneath. Ular, lefty, that's good.
Alam mo dyan, if you look at personnel ngayon, merong size advantage ang Tanda. Just as the T. Brown, Tyrell Brown, looking at yung ibang mga bigs nila. Just as Marco Omega is there, Tapa is there, Rod is there, lalaki ng mga yun. Sa kanila, kaya we mentioned, here's a nice three-pointer. Ray Suma, kaya we mentioned kanina, napaka-importante na ginagawa niya. Henry Galinato on the floor. They have to help him get some rebounds.
Well, if we want to talk about guys na bumabalik yung kumpiyansa dito sa PBA, isa na dyan si Roy Suma. Hitting that three, coming off a big performance in their last game. Pero talo nga sila dun. Kaya ang hanap niya ngayon, panalo. A second to go. Giteves puts it up and beats the buzzer.
Reaction ni Roy Sumang said, hindi niya alam kung paano pumasok yun dahil talagang minadali na lamang ni Sean Giteves yun.
How about this guy, Sean Giteves, working his way to a roster spot, and kada pasok sa court, he just gives it his all. Tumatakbo ngayon, Nambatac in red. Kim finishing with a left.
Well, dahil sa magandang ginawa ni Rey Nambatac nung nakaraang game, he will attract a lot of attention. So, maganda passing that ball. An assist at the last second.
Brown will take a three.
Nice rebound, Jut.
Itong Titan, matagal-tagal nang natahimik dito sa 24. Actually, well, Ular hit one at the 3 and 17 mark. And then Sumang did make a three pala at the 2 and 57. Pero yun nga, it's been a TNT surge here. Ito yung tira ni Giteves,
Yeah. Well, nung nakaraang draft, Jut, dalawa lang naman pinigpitong TNT. At 35, they picked Sean Giteves. At number 46, si Joe Selzo, hindi pa ginagamit dito sa ating laro. Saka sabi mo nga, finding their ways into the regular roster, yung dalawa, no? So, galing.
They gotta stay ready, lalo na sa roster ng isang coach, Chot Reyes. Mahilig magbigay si coach ng opportunities to those who earned them. But Sumang is earning his right to be on the court para sa Giant Risers. Dalawang tres na yan para kay Roy.
Nakakatuwa si Roy. I mentioned his age kanina. Hindi na rin yan bata. 35 na itong si Roy Sumang. And still able to play very well. Sabi mo nga, 6 puntos na.
Titan falling into a zone. And Giteves is the key para basagin yun.
Well, if he keeps on doing that, talagang magiging magaling na two-way player siya. He's there for his defense to try to contain yung mga magagaling na mga guardia. That's Roy Sumang, pero he's scoring points as well. Sean Kitevis.
Brown puts it up. Days, nakakuha ng rebound. Mahaba-haba rin yung pahinga ni Darius Days. He's out there to finish this for TNT.
Dapat si T. Brown hindi na mag-put up ng mga wild shots na gano'n. He can use the guys, di ba? Maraming magaling shoot dyan. Your Pesumas, Roy Sumang playing very well kesa sa mga low percentage na itcha na gano'n. Sayang.
Well, may fouls to give by itong Titan Ultra, and so Sumang uses it. Gamitin niya isa. Sabi ni Kitevis, ba't magpaubos na yung shot clock? Laging nasa sa akin yung bola. But nagawa niya kasi ng paraan yung una, nagawa niya rin ang paraan yung pangalawa.
Emergency shots kay Sean Kitevis. Pero okay lang. Naipasok niya parehas. Three-pointer pa yung isa dyan.
Like what he gave to TNT against Macau. Quality minutes here in the first quarter for Sean Kitevis. 5 points. Bogoy. Thinking about it, oh, what a fake by Bogoy! Hindi na pumasok yung layup! Ang ganda sana ng peke!
Nakakatuwa yung reaction. Pati siya hindi makapaniwala. These are shots that are Bogoy can make easily just.
But you know who set the tone dito sa first quarter? It was Darius Days with 3 early triples.
In 6 minutes of play, John, yung 9 puntos yan, 3 of 4. And tama ka, against Macau, initially he tries his 3-pointers muna, and he makes them. He has been making them, so why not? 3-pointers. But the 3-pointers, magulangin, double D, Darius Days.
His outside shooting has been a welcome weapon para sa TNT, and they take a 4-point lead at the end of the first.
Kahit na anong tamang gawin mo, hahanapan ka pa rin ng mali ng ibang tao. That is according to Rey Nambatac. Kaya naman, sobrang binawasan na daw niya talaga yung social media na naging malaking tulong na maibalik niya yung dating Rey Nambatac. Akala daw niya tama na pakinggan ng lahat ng sinasabi ng iba, tanggapin yung pressure ng exceeding expectations. Pero alam naman natin lahat na lahat ng sobra, masama. Kaya daw siguro he lost himself in the process. Pero after last game, it's safe to say, gaya nga nasabi mo, Coach Johnny, nakakabalik na nga itong si Rey. Tanong ko nga sa kanya, so 30 points today, sagot niya ay 35 points mo na, Jot and Coach Johnny.
Well, 30 na lang. Abot mo siya doon. But you know what?
3 quarters to do it.
Thanks for that report, Nance. Alam mo, Coach, ngayon, ang dali talaga malunod sa social media. Well, it's a weapon. It's a privilege to have. Oo, totoo. Kasi parang, totoo parang lahat ngayon, porket may account ka on whatever social media platform, feel mo, kailangan mong gamitin, kailangan mong i-voice out lahat ng pumasok sa utak mo. And sometimes, you don't know kung sino yung nadadamage mo. And in as much as sometimes hindi mo rin alam kung gaano karami natutulungan.
Mahirap ka.
Oo.
Kasi di ba yun nasa limelight ka, di ba? Siyempre parang sabi nga nila, public property, di ba? Mga sikat din eh. So, like you said, everybody has a voice. So, siyempre may mga negative comments. Here's a 3-pointer magmula dito kay Aris Dionisio.
Dionisio, he was the one who played very well doon sa pinakaunang laro ng Titan Ultra. Scored 21 points that game.
Yeah.
He's trying to find his rhythm again, but it's Aurin na naka-atake sa baseline.
Also, mga magagaling na two-way players, no? Aris Dionisio defends very well. Tapos, provides for some nice points as well. On cue tayo.
Back-to-back hits para kay Dionisio. 5 quick points to open up the second. Days gustong bumawi. That's a miss.
Quick release. Shot, no?
Ang ganda naman ang galaw ni Balanza. Now you see me, now you don't.
Very nice stretch layup mula dito kay Jeric Balanza.
Aurin knew it was gonna be a miss. Ang bilis ng pace natin at the start of the second quarter. Both teams taking shots early in the shot clock. Brown will take one with 16 left on theirs.
A nice little 2-point lead para sa kanila, Titan.
Nambatac hihingi ng tulong. It's Varilla comes out to get it. Davis back on the floor after a short rest. Nambatac misses. Brown rebound. Mga banggaan sa ilalim. It was Varilla and Junicio getting tangled up. And Varilla had some spicy words para kay Junicio.
Dalawang rugged na players yan, di ba? Aris Junicio at saka si Paul Varilla. Malamang jockeying for position, di natin nakita. My eyes were on the ball. Ito, boom. Ayun, binigyan.
And they might review that.
Pero retaliation yan. I think prior to that, Aris muna.
Parang meron. Parang may iniwan si Junicio.
Iniwan, no?
Baka naman hindi iniwan, baka naiwan.
Kaya pero play that yung maaga.
This is a better angle to see Varilla's shot. Pero bago yan, yung angle natin kanina pinakita, yun yung mas maganda to see kung ano yung nangyari prior to that incident.
After the review, it was a sportsmanlike foul on number 9, Paul Varilla.
And wala namang complaint. Si Paul V on that one. Ito. You watch them underneath. There it was. Kaya lang, sabi nila, di ba? It's lahat ng coach sinasabi to. Lahat, kahit referee. Ang nahuhuli yung bumabawi.
Palagi yun. Palagi gano'n.
Ano bang advice mo doon?
Huwag ka agad. Hintayin mo muna mga ilan.
Alam mo, coach, dapat yung advice mo, huwag kang bumawi.
Sorry. Sumagot. Sobrang honest.
Ikaw naman eh.
Mga dalawang plays later na.
No, but it is the gamesmanship. Nangyayari talaga minsan. I mean, basketball at the end of the day is a physical sport.
Kaya makikita mo kasi, di ba, siyempre, jockeying for position, everybody. So, nakikita medyo nagkakasikot-sikuhan, nagkakagrihan. So, hindi ka pwedeng bumawi ka agad. I mean, you have to be patient.
It was an unsportsmanlike foul called on Varilla. Na wala naman yung nakalakip na sit-out or sit on the bench for how many minutes. Pero decision na ni Coach Chot na inupo niya muna si Paul.
Sonya hits a tough shot sa ibandang left baseline.
Look at this. It's Titan Ultra with a big lead here. Well, big just compared to their earlier advantages, and because TNT had control of this game entering the second.
Looking at the defensive stops, they're making some nice defensive stops. Nangyari lang ngayon. Tingnan natin kung makapag-capitalize. Pero ganda, like you mentioned, a nice 5-point lead para dito sa Titan.
Brown, napalakas ng konti. It lands in the hands of Days, and on TNT with a chance to draw closer.
Trying to check if Steve Brown, parang pagod na kaya si Steve Brown. He's gonna be very, very important to try to get the first W in about 10, the past 10 games. Parang gano'n yung string of losses nito Titan.
Karambola sa ilalim. And it was a blessing na napunta na lang, nahulog sa kamay ni Kevin Ferrer.
Minsan masarap din yung swerte, no? Lumalandi lang sa kamay mo yung bola, diretso.
Junicio apologizes for the early trigger. Now it's Nambatac and TNT. Stingray stuck with 5 points. All of those scored in the first quarter. Si Days din actually only with 9 points.
Yes.
If first 4 minutes pa lang yata yun of the game, he already had 9. Heading kicked out to Pugoy, who wasn't in the game yet. Ngayon pa lang papasok si RR.
Interesting, Darius. Plays upo muna.
So upo muna si Nambatac, babalik si Halalon. Para naman sa Titan Ultra, ang uupo is their import, Terrell Brown, because Darius Days also took a seat on the bench of TNT.
Pero nakikita ko parang medyo huffing and puffing na itong si T. Brown at Terrell Brown ng Titan.
Jonicio absorbs the bomb. Reckless attempt there. 7:20 to go. Tatlo lang ang laban ng Titan Ultra. Bumagal yung pace na itong second quarter after nung start na parang takbo ng takbo both teams. Halalon could not finish. Halalon gets it back.
Komportable siyang lusutan itong si Aris Junicio. Dati niyang kasama. Ikot-ikutan niya si Aris.
And that's a foul on Munzon. Parehong bumagal yung scoring ng dalawang teams. I mean, imagine that first quarter, it was 31-27.
High scoring, no? Siya yung buhat, papasok, papalitan mo niya si Aris Junicio.
Franyu also being reinserted by Coach Renzi Bahar.
I like the discussion between Joshua Munzon and the officials.
Alam mo, yung gusto lang naman din ng mga players and coaches oftentimes is magkaroon ng diskusyon. But syempre, with officials, you always have to be respectful of each other. Ito yung foul kasi tinawag kay Joshua.
Assistant Coach Josh Reyes for the 7-way call.
He might have a case.
Oh, interesting count. Contention of Joshua.
Pugoy coming up to get it. This is again that small lineup na ginagamit ng TNT in this game. Avillanar on Pugoy. RR, walang problema. Naghahanap pa ng foul.
Daming traffic in front of him. Somehow nakakuha pa rin ng basket din si RR Pugoy. It's a big basket mula sa kanya.
Sahonya. Running into trouble. Labas kay Yu. Si Fran naman ang atake. Back to Brian. In front of Heading. Could not hit the three. Look at Halalon get that board. A 5'8" Gio Halalon nakuha na ng rebound. Yung 6'5" Gio ang board.
Pero tama yung ginagawa nila eh. Gang rebounding. Di ba wala mo nang lilikaw dahil lamang sa size talaga ng Titan. May mga problems si Fran.
And that started as a block. Mula kay Munzon, nabawian niya si Pugoy.
This is great para sa Titan. They have a nice 3-point lead. If they can keep it this way all throughout the game, gives them a chance to probably win one na shot after a long time.
That time, sinubukang isani sa Honya yung screen ni Galinato. Eventually, a foul called on him. Ito yung sapat, ang linis nung huli ni Munzon. Tapos siya na rin tumapos sa kabila.
Galing defensive player talaga, di ba? Steals, we got a block. Joshua Munzon.
Let's try this, magbaba. Okay, Fran. Ryan. Okay, holds down. Okay, Paulo, Gio. Josh. Ryan. Dali mo na rito. Other side, Josh, there's option. If you're free, take your shot. Nothing happens.
The FIBA Basketball World Cup Asian Qualifiers is back in the Philippines. Panoorin niyo po Group E teams featuring Syria, Iran, Jordan, New Zealand, Australia, at ang ating Gilas Pilipinas. August 28 and August 30 sa SM Mall of Asia Arena yan. Tickets are now available via www.smtickets.com. So, unahan yan.
Yun. There's no other way. Agahan nyo if you want to be able to witness. I love it.
That's right. Or Kung sakaling hindi pala rin, kulitin nyo si Coach Jolly.
Ako bahala sa inyo.
Sabay-sabay kayo sa bahay niya manood.
Watch party tayo.
Yun nga lang, medyo malayo-layo ida-drive niya.
Tayo, oo. Alfonso Cavite, kung gusto niyo mo, Tagaytay.
At least malamig. At least malamig ang
Yun na
panahon.
lang, yun na lang. Yun na lang.
Here inside, Inares Center in Antipolo, among the tatlong Titan Ultra, they're looking for their first win of the conference. At galing sila sa 35-point loss. Galinato, bumagsak sa kanya si Ambohot. And he's looking for more than a regular foul. Pero alam mo kasi pagka Henry Galinato yung aangat, kailangan mo siguraduhin hindi makakaangat.
Tama lang yung foul ni Sorry, ha? May look like naglabas ng nagumang ng siko and everything, pero you don't want to give away 3-point plays, eh. So, target na lang from the free throw line, Job.
I would understand kung some would say, uy, medyo a little too much yun, but for someone like Henry Galinato, it's a sign of respect. Kasi alam mong pag hindi ganun kabigat.
Tama ka, bubuhatin din, eh. Ang laki niyan, eh. Superman nga tao nila or Incredible Hulk, one or the other. Dito kay Henry Galinato.
Oh, he made one of two free throws, bringing TNT to within 2. Munzon papunta sa ilalim. Good intention, but read well by TNT's defense.
Titan has to try to be able to control yung rebounds. Again, I keep on harping about their size. Mas malalaki sila compared to TNT ngayon because of all the injuries of TNT.
Sahonya is able to draw a foul. Siya naman ang pupunta sa free throw line.
Talagang hanapin niya yung mga tira niya ng Brian Sahonya. And we're talking about him nung nakaraang laro. Mas maganda yung porsyento.
And alam mo, Coach Jolly, hindi pa ganun karami yung mga tinirang free throws in this game. Ang TNT is only 3 of 4. Lahat yon si Henry Galinato. Ito namang Titan Ultra, bago itong mga tira ni Sahonya, it's only Jonicio who has taken 2 free throws. A technical foul called on TNT.
Coach Chod asking for the clarification. Jordan heading ba, Judge? And this si Coach Chod yata. Sino bang angal na angal? Si Jordan ba o si Coach Chod?
One of them.
Well, this si Jordan, he claims kasi wala namang contact. In any case, Sahonya will fire up his free throws and yeah, Coach Chod obviously hindi tight.
Yeah. The Coach Chod still voicing out his frustrations.
I look from of course the coach na hindi natutuwa, and then I look at the technical guys kung anong reaction nila, and
Ako ay look away. Natatakot ako, nagsisigawan eh.
baka tayo pamabuli.
Baka may ligaw na balang tumama sa ating Coach Jolly. But yeah, I understand.
Tinitingin niya dyan, mga ganun tayo.
You look at the reactions from both sides.
That's my favorite thing to do.
Galinato missing that time. I don't understand how Halalon gets all these rebounds. Pero sipag lang talaga at puso ang puhunan ni Gio. Here he is right now. Gets to the cup. Masyado malakas. This time, ang makakapulot si Havillonar. On the run, aangat, and will finish.
I like it. He's just going hard every time. This Pao Havillonar has something to say pa dito kay Jordan Heading. It's a terrific finish magmula sa big man ng Titan dyan.
And now, the Giant Risers sitting on a 7-point lead. Havillonar getting his share. Nilagay pa sa poster itong si Herring. And he flexes on him as Titan Ultra now enjoying their biggest lead of the game. Etong Titan Ultra Giant Risers, they're just in their third conference in the PBA.
Yes.
Ang medyo mabigat dito their last 10 games on your screens. I know it's text heavy, but it hasn't really gone the Giant Risers' favor.
Well, you have to draw a line right under May 8. Yan po yung Coms Cup. And then yung tatlong pagkatalo, that's the Governor's Cup na po. So yeah, these 10 losses stem from nakaraang conference pa po para sa Titan. So alam mo yung, I'm looking at the obviously fighters in Trail Ground. Yan. Diba? Ayaw niya yung, obviously ayaw niya. He will try to do everything to get that elusive W shot. Telling you.
I really-
Titan, I feel it.
I do believe it starts there. Hindi lang yung gusto ko manalo yung ayoko na matalo. Sawang-sawa na ako matalo Are you feeling that energy from the Giant Risers?
Well, this is a nice deal. Well, nabawasan, naging 5-point lead. Pero yan, medyo nararamdaman ko. I like what Pao Abidinar is doing. He's running the floor, rim run every time, getting some nice layup. And then, of course, syempre, it's a brotherhood. T. Brown looks at his guys and says, guys, let's stop this losing streak of yours. Ours now. But this is second game in the PBA. He will go all out to try to get a W. T. Brown, Terrell Brown of Titan.
Well, Days getting called for a travel. Bago siya mapangga ni Belinar. But let's take a look at this play of the half brought to you by Sports Plus. I really think Gio Halalon woke up today and decided he's gonna be a center today.
Put on his scoring cap.
Ayan o, sabi ko sa iyo nagising siya at convinced siya 7-3 siya today.
Pag malalaki yung mga ginagawa, di ba? Baskets underneath, rebounds. Ganda ng pass. Beautiful pass, Jordan Pennington. Just the waiting length of the team.
Coach Jolly, there's one guy who leads this entire game when it comes to rebounds, and that's 7 rebounds. And guess who that guy is? Gio Halalon.
Wow. Hindi dati nang pinag-usapan natin about di ba, being a rebounding guard. Parang mga John Cabarrientos back in the day. Nice.
Oh! Brand new! Bato-bato sa langit, pag pumasok, wag magalit.
So far, so good. Titan Ultra with a 6-point lead.
Almost a steal too. Pero na-recover ni Halalon. Gio again!
Just willing his team to stay within reach lang. Just that rebound on the defensive side. His baskets on the other side. Gio Halalon doing everything as of now para sa TNT.
This is a close game, and if ever it reaches overtime, ang request ko baka pwedeng 5 minutes of Halalon versus you na lang, full court
Huwag naman.
That's great defense from Avilinar.
Playing defense without fouling. Diba? Baseline lamang ang inbound.
And Avilinar has done a great job. Transition defense, running the break as a big man. Dinidepend si Darius Days.
This is why if you check just the past 3 games ng Titan, siya lang every time ang nagsi-start. The other 4, halo-halo yung mga pinapasok nila. Of course, may kasama na siya ngayon. Malamang si Terrell Brown. Panay starter. Pero siya, in the past 3 games, lahat started.
Sumang with the steal. Roy, aapak muna sa preno. Bola ng Ibananza. Still lots of time on the shot clock. Pero Jeric nakahanap ng buwang. Ibananza now with 6 points.
Nice to look at sa offense. Di ba nakita natin yung Pao Abidinar all the way to the cup. Ayan o. Slicing to the basket naman is Jeric Balanza.
Animang lamang ng Titan Ultra.
Fine-tune lang nila yung kanilang depensa. Di ba just string up some nice defensive stops.
Heading! What a finish! And Days getting the steal. Bigay na naman kay Heading. Wanted to go to Nambatac, but read well by Titan Ultra. Quick trigger para kay Munzon! That's a 4 for Joshua.
What a second What a first half para dito sa Thailand. They are feeling it. Jack. This is the biggest lead ng ating ball game. This 8-point Thailand lead.
27 points sila in the first quarter. 27 din dito sa second. But they've limited TNT, although nakabutas doon yung tropa.
Jeric Balanza has to be patient. Huwag talon ng talon sa fake. Sayang yan. These are easy baskets magmula kay Glenn Kubuntin.
Brown will absorb the ball and finish through the foul. 9 points.
Terrell Brown. Lots of points na magmula dito kay T. Brown.
Kayang-kaya buhatin yung mga defender.
Kubuntin, tinitingnan natin yung kanyang mga numbers. 6 puntos din ang kanyang naiambag. Pero these are mostly baskets na yung mga drop passes.
Yeah.
He's just moving without the ball. Nag-aantay-antay lang dyan sa may shaded area. And he's able to finish. Magandang contribution magmula kay Glenn.
Nambatac going to Days. They give him space. Di lang pumasok ang tira ni Darius. Brown wants it. Ganda ng pasa ni Sumang. At tinabilang ni TB si Glenn Kubuntin. And Titan Ultra now enjoying a 10-point lead.
They're looking good, my friend. Forward pass. Roy Sumang with the waiting hands of yung kanilang magaling ng import na si Terrell Brown. And yeah, Terrell Brown obviously wants a W today. Double digits Jat. 11 puntos si T. Brown.
And Darius Days on the other hand, Coach Charlie, pagkatapos nung tatlong maagang tres in this game, hindi na ulit nakapagparamdam. We were just talking about his hot start. But you know what? Hindi man umi-score etong si Fran Yu. He has given a boost to Titan Ultra with his facility.
5 points, and then we mentioned top of the coverage. He always has a good number of assists. Maraging 8. Ngayon, nasa first half pa lamang tayo. 7 assists na itong si Fran Yu. Kaya kahit na 11 puntos lamang itong si Terrell Brown, they're up by a nice margin. 10 puntos dahil ang ganda ng ginagawa ng mga locals dyan.
At ito yung unang double-digit advantage ng Titan Ultra in this entire conference. Because again, their first game, natalo sila sa Terra Firma.
Yeah.
By 13.
Yun yung pinakamaliit dyan.
Oh, yun na nga.
30 yung in the
31 and 35
diba?
yung last two.
Tayo na-mention mo parang hindi ka maiinis na nun, di ba? They're sick of all this losing. Tapos big margins pa. 31 yung kanilang talo against Converge. 35 against NLEX. Tama na, sabi ng mga player ng Titan.
They only won 2 games back in the Commissioner's Cup. Yung Philippine Cup nila, okay by 4-7. They actually were 1 spot away from making it to the playoffs. But it has been downhill since. Another foul given up by Amores dahil merong pang foul to give. Etong Titan Ultra. Para po sa Governor's Cup and moving forward in the foreseeable future, wala na yung last 2 minutes, 2 fouls natin.
Wala na, yes.
We're applying FIBA rules. Days puts up a shot. Off to the left, and that's the end of the first half. Titan Ultra surviving that strong start mula sa TNT, and they entered the halftime break up by 10 points. Halftime tayo dito sa Inares Center in Antipolo kung saan lamang ang Titan Ultra Giant Risers by 10 points, 58-48 over the TNT Tropang 5G. This is the first double-digit lead of Titan Ultra in the entire conference, and they're hoping it translates to a win. Jot sulit po together still with Coach Jolly Escobar.
Just yung first quarter natin, TNT won that. A small margin lang, 4 points lamang, 31-27, but a big second quarter para po sa koponan ng Titan. 31 points ang kanilang naitala. And then they played defense, just 17 points lang ang TNT in the second quarter.
Now, we're seeing Terrell Brown impose himself, pero actually late in that first half na yan nangyari, yung half of his points. But he has been a presence for sure. Also opening up opportunities for his teammates.
That's the perfect word, Jot, diba? Dahil 11-4. So yung presence niya alone is a wide body. He creates a lot of attention. At ang pinakamaganda para sa Titan, they have a 10-point lead, Jot.
That's right. And imagine, they have 9 players who have scored already. No shortage of point production.
Looking at 54%, ang ganda ng kanilang opensa. And they're kind of making stops also, Jot. At ito, yung kanilang opensa, fast break points 19 para po dito sa Titan. Perimeter points 30. Titan also lamang 30-19. At ang isang positive, no, this is still the side of Titan Ultra. Offensive rebounds, TNT getting 8 second chance points off of that shot.
Darius Days has 9 points so far. That's good, but ang problema, those 9 points came very, very early in the game. Tatlong tres agad siya in the first quarter, hindi na nasundan. And the other guys around him, medyo nag-slow down din yung scoring after that first quarter.
See, both squads, Jot, parang naka-spread yung mga puntos sila kasi 11 lang din ang top scorer ng Titan. Ayun na nga, si Terrell Brown. And then yung mga sumunod, single digits 9 and 7. Nakakalat po ang mga scoring natin. Pero 58-48 po tayo. Titan, so far, so good. If you're Titan, sustain. Jot, this is what you want to do sa ating third and fourth quarter.
TNT is still playing without a handful of key guys. Wala pa rin Oftana, Castro, walang BGR, walang Era, Mike Nieto, also not in uniform for this contest. Pero yung mabigat, Pugoy and Nambatac, who both had excellent ball games in their opener against Macau, hindi ganun kaganda yung shooting so far.
Somebody has to get hot. Pinangalanan natin yung tatlong yan kanina. Yung tatlo is Nambatac, Cherit Pugoy, and Jordan Heading. Isa sa kanila or magandang dalawa sa kanila or even tatlo. Eh, yun na nga makapag-contribute nicely in terms of points.
Brown, again, it's been difficult to stop him underneath.
Hoping to sustain. We saw some nice, we were talking about it in halftime, Jot, they were really scrambling on the defensive side. Was Titan not stopping until they get that nice possession and then running the break. We saw they had a lot of fast break points na nag-finish pa yung kanilang malaki, si Pao Villunar. Nag-flex pa at 1 point. They're feeling good about themselves at dinagdagan pa yung kanilang kalamangan dito. This is a 12-point Titan lead.
The question now and the challenge for Titan Ultra will be sustaining the energy they showed in the first half, because when they played Inlex in their last game, actually within striking distance sila up until the fourth quarter started, and it was in that fourth quarter na naiwan na sila. They were outscored 38-18 in that fourth quarter, and eventually talaga natanggal na yung laban.
Dami mga tumatalsik dito, Pao Villunar.
Heading, Extra pass to Pugoy. Back to Jordan. Now he pulls the trigger and he knocks down a 3.
That is such a positive sign para dito sa TNT. 5 puntos, Jordan heading. Pero yun na nga, it's been a struggle para sa kanya. Magmula pa dun sa kanilang game against Macau, even if they won that, you need the scoring of Jordan heading.
That's only the 6th three-pointer ng TNT. Alam naman natin that that's a weapon they like to choose. Pero back-to-back empty possessions para sa Giant Risers. Another opportunity para sa tropa. Tres na naman, hahanapin ni Stingray, but he misses. At natapik ni Balanza, so it is gonna stay with TNT.
Derek says to referee Mike Fuenteliza na hindi ko nahawakan. Tinuturo niya si Jordan.
Pero nakita natin,
Nahawakan niya. Player talaga ayaw umamin, no?
hanggat nakakaisa. Base, he takes his jumper a little bit closer. And that might get him some rhythm here in the second half.
This is what we're talking about sustaining itong Titan. I mean, they have to be able to train baskets with TNT. Back-to-back hits naman mula dito sa TNT or 3 in a row. Let's see.
Munzon. Libre si Avillonar sa kanan. Balanza wanted to take on heading. And eventually, that was the right decision.
Big basket to just stop that leading para they can hold on to their lead. Talking about Titan, of course, this is going to be free throws.
So you see now, Darius Days not settling for shots beyond the arc. Mas lumalapit na, mas umaatake. And this gives us a chance na makibalita muli kay Nudge.
Yes, Jotting Coach Jolly, pag-usapan natin yung napag-usapan sa dugout ng TNT. Nakita nyo rin naman, Jotting Coach Jolly, 19 fast break points nitong Titan at yan yung naging alarming para sa TNT. According to Coach Josh, one of the biggest adjustments is controlling the game's tempo and avoiding a track meet style contest where both teams are simply trading baskets in transition. Para naman tulungan si Darius to keep up with the pace, they also adjusted their defensive matchups. Offensively, the emphasis is on playing with better control, improving execution in the half court while cutting down dun sa mga quick low percentage at mga 4 shots. Jotting Coach Jolly.
Thank you, Nudge. Well, Coach Jolly, if we go back to the very first basket ng Titan Ultra dito sa larong to, nakita natin takbo agad eh. It was actually Avillonar who finished, di ba? And
parang nasaktan pa nga nung una natin.
oh, and di ba, we already said clearly they wanted to outrun TNT. But that's what they did in the first half.
Well, I'm gonna sound like a siraplangan na dito, Jot. Pero again, di ba, I mentioned this earlier. If there is a time to beat itong TNT, it's now. Dahil kulang-kulang sila. Akala ko papasok pa itong 3-point shot ni Pao Abilina.
He was open for it. Kabuntin. Set back by Munzon. That's a second block by Joshua. And Base was fouled by Avillonar.
He likes doing that, Joshua Munzon. Yung mga parang yung mga chase down. Sa area niya talaga kinukuha. This is just a wonderful block.
You know, even before he was in the PBA, napapanood na natin niyang gawin yan even when he was playing in Vietnam in the regional league. Ganyan na talaga yung
Ganyan talaga
athleticism
siya, no?
ni Munzon.
Tapos burst into the scene. Nagdi-D-League tayo nun. 40-40 kung gumawa.
Triple-double, di ba? Oo.
Talagang
Playing for AMA Online, di ba, sa PBA D-League.
40.
And that's why he was the first overall pick of his rookie class. And maybe it took some time before naipakita niya talaga yung talento niya sa PBA.
Oo.
But it's being shown now.
Well, yes. Yung pag-antay natin. Kaso lang yun na nga, it has to translate into W's para sa kanyang kapunan na Joshua Munzon, the Titan.
Coach Johnny, how much of being able to show your talents in a league as competitive as the PBA, how much of it is, you know, falling in the right team where magagamit talaga nila what you bring? And then, you know, finding that right opportunity.
Ano nga, pero yun na nga, syempre, we all know basketball naman is not, di ba, it's not one person, di ba? It's a puzzle na you have to solve. So, isa lang masasabi ko, wherever Joshua Munzon goes, talagang makakatulong naman ng malaki. Kasi he plays both sides of the ball very well. Magaling shoot. We were talking about him bursting into Philippine basketball. 40 points ang mga pinapakita. You said triple-double. And then, madepensa siya eh. Yun ang, di ba? That's what's very impressive dito kay Joshua Munzon. Steals. We saw those nice blocks. As Pau Villar will bury some very important free throws para andyan pa rin yung kanilang kalamangan. 9-point lead.
And it's 9 points as well para kay Villar. Playing a really good game. Heading, labas kay Days. Eventually decided, ako na lang titira, but he misses that corner 3.
Dapat wag na mag-hesitate, no? Double D dahil talagang that is his strength. This is 3-point shot.
Gayahin niyo si Coach Sean, hindi yan nag-hesitate nun sa 3. Ipapasa niya agad pag natanggap yung bola.
Oo.
Hindi na yan iisip na tumira.
Servo na naman nun. Sabi sa 3 points ka.
But they do say that. Ito muna yung bangga. Days and Munzon. Pero ang sabi ng officials, Days is the one who fouled Munzon in that play. Bola pa rin ng Giant Risers.
Alam mo na mga 100 pounds yata si Darius Days against the very lean frame of Joshua Munzon. Yan ang kailangan gawin ni team.
Oh! Look at that move mula kay Brown.
Beauty. Against an equally wide body, Henry Galinato, pero gets it to go. Yung kanyang reverse layup. Terrell Brown.
15 points for the import of Titan Ultra. 11 naman ang lamang ng Giant Risers. Kubuntin. Looking to attack. Nawala ng kakampi. Pugoy has it with 2 to shoot. He lets it fly. But a miss from deep.
Hindi natin pwedeng sabing bad shot yun. It's up to him again. Di ba yung tatlo is on the floor. They have to generate points from Pugoy, heading, and or Rey Nambatac.
Wala pang pumapasok na tira si Pugoy mula sa labas. 0 for 3 from Bayandia. Munzon. Front rims that 3. Rebound taken by TNT. Heading. Pugoy now to Nambatac. Gustong pumatak. Iiwan kay Galinato. And Henry will take 2 free throws.
And the thing is, at least walang easy baskets, no? Yung nakaraang game kasi, lots of points in the paint. Yung kanilang kalaban, Titan, I think that was Converge. 70 points yata in the paint. Ang napakarami mga puntos in the paint. Siyempre kasama dyan ang fast break points. Diba, those are points in the paint as well. And daming fast break din. So hindi talaga sila nakaka-defend dun. Yung Titan, much better now. This is why they have this nice 11-point.
BGR unavailable for today's game. Hindi rin nakapaglaro in their opener against Macau. Pati rin itong si Calvin Oftana. So meron pa talaga mga nami-miss na players itong TNT. I mean, we know that Oftana has long been their leading local scorer.
Yes.
Pero ang dami rin naman talented na pwede pumasok, di ba? Mag-fill in ng spots dito sa TNT. And yeah, as a player, lalo na kung hindi ka masyadong gamit, you don't want to see your teammates get hurt. But when you see that opportunity, that's what you're praying for. Gusto mo lang naman magkaroon ng pagkakataon na maipakita kung ano yung kaya mo.
Dapat medyo nalalaki yung mata mo. That's an opportunity for you, di ba? Na makapagpakaganda naman ang pump fake na yun. Beautiful. Na may ilalim, Terrell Brown. I like it na, di ba hindi siya, from time to time, yung biggest spot, itira ng mga 3 points, even at a 4-pointer yata nung nakarang laro. Pero, di ba, nakikita niya, kailangan atakihin ko itong mga ito sa ilalim. Meron akong size advantage. The pump fake, nice finish magmula dito kay T. Brown.
2 points for Brown. Can add 1 more from the line. Alam mo yung nagugustuhan din natin dito kay Brown. Kanina, smaller guys on him. Aararuhin niya, will use his power. Now with the Galinato, who's maybe a little stronger than his earlier defenders, finesse naman yung ginagamit.
Our official dog, Dr. Seals, our trusted post-game wellness partner. Iron, our official home generation partner. LGR, our official actor. Healthy and Pure Brand, our official hydration partner. Tech, our official IT partner. Our value licensees. PBA Cash and Signal. World Balance.
Back inside the Inares Center in Antipolo, and sabi mo nga ang ganda ng Titan, ng nilalaro ng Titan Ultra. Let's take a look at one play that happened earlier.
Ang ganda ng kanilang opensa. They're running the break. Jot, pero he attracts a lot of attention. Is Joshua Munzon. Look at all those blue shirts all around him. Kaya at the last second, this is going to be a kick out. Fran Yu will be by his lonesome dyan sa may 3-point. At this is going to be one more pass. Ganda. Very nice ball movement. Pwede nang itira ni Fran Yu yan, di ba? The kick out to Fran Yu. Magre-relocate siya dun sa 3-point line ulit. Binigyan ng extra pass ni Fran Yu. 3-point shot magula kay Joshua Munzon. They're looking so good on offense today, John. Even comparing them to the last game, hindi masyado nakaka-depensa. Hence, ang sama nang nangyari sa laro nyo sa kanilang offensa. Pero now, they are looking good in the Titan Giant Rise.
It's cliche, but you give up a good shot for a better shot, and that's what you want to see from your team. Fran Yu, by the way, has 9 assists already. Siya talaga yung nagpapagalaw dito sa opensa ng Titan Ultra at sa depensa ng TNT.
I believe that's a conference high, yung 9 assists na yan. I think his most is 8 in the past few games. Pero wow, galing, di ba? These are like, parang puntos yung mga assists na yan. Getting the guys involved. Again, this is why they have a 13-point lead, because of what Fran Yu also is doing.
And that's going to be a foul on Galinato.
Ano yun? Tripping foul yun? Eh, paano kung...
Illegal screen.
Okay.
Alam mo what a journey it has been for Fran Yu. Early in his collegiate career, he was criticized. No, parang sabi na, did not look like someone who belonged to the basketball court. Ang hindi nila alam at that point, at that time, he had already been a member of the youth national team. Went on to have an illustrious collegiate career nung lumipat siya sa Letran on a championship ng finals MVP. Had an early exit to his collegiate career dahil nasuspendo for what could have been his very last NCAA game. Pero he went on to become a PBA player, and yes, sir, doing well here in the pros.
Habang nagkikwento ka dyan, I think he just issued his 10th assist papunta sa low post dito kay big boy import nila na si Tyrell Brown.
Ferrer from the outside, no.
It's just great basketball instinct. Talking about Fran Yu, di ba? Went to attack, went to pass the rock.
Balanza. That's a miss. TNT really trying to get some rhythm offensively, pero parang wala sila makuha. They only have 8 points here in the third. Another miss mula sa labas.
Kanina na-mention natin na will Titan be able to sustain up until now. Yes, they are doing that job. This is a nice 15-point lead, 71-56. Tingnan natin kung all the way until the end yan.
Munzon asking for a foul. Nalibre na sa ilalim si Celso. And he gets 2 points underneath.
Is that the first in his PBA career? I believe so. Parang I think he was scoreless nung nakaraan. Let's check that. Might be his
first 2 points.
First to win the PBA, Mr. Joe Celso. Welcome.
Has been on a part of the TNT team as a practice player, as a reserve. Pero dito siya talaga nabigyan ng pagkakataon. That's back-to-back plays that Munzon felt na na-foul siya pero walang pito, and he's starting to get really upset.
I feel him, John. There was a lot of contact play na yun. Pag-atake niya, he was basically clobbered. Pero, well...
Now look at Joshua Munzon.
Yeah, he's still there. He doesn't understand.
Assistant coach Maverick Chua for second infraction.
Siyempre, the coaches, Coach Bensimar, the staffers, they don't understand kung bakit yan. Josh is still...
Actually, ang natawagan ng technical, yung assistant coach. assistant coach Maverick Chua ng Titan Ultra, siya ngayon yung napituhan. Now, parang pinag-iisipan, Joshua is motioning for a challenge, but Coach Jolly, the only time that you can challenge a foul now, sa bagong rules natin, adhering to FIBA standard, is when you want it to be reviewed kung dapat ma-elevate to an unsportsmanlike or ma-downgrade maybe.
Yes. Ito yung sinasabi natin. There's the contact that we were talking about. Joe, it was just Kevin Pereira all over him. Ooh, sometimes you can't catch a break, my friend. Pero the nice thing here, if you want to spin this into a positive, they're up by 12. Now yung Titan.
TNT, can they get momentum out of this? Heading. Going to Celso, natapik.
Good hands, good patience na hindi na pinato nitong si Tyrell Brown. Baka mamaya may intercept pa. Ito, di ba? Try to get a positive here. Try to get a basket here. Titan.
Daming banggaan sa ilalim. And Tyrell Brown somehow naiwasan lahat ng bangga.
Jolens lang. He knows what to do underneath, Jot. And you mentioned this. Grabe yung pasensya niya dyan sa may shaded area. Sa magandang pump fake to get defenders in the air. Magandang reverse layup magmula kay Tyrell Brown. Yan, si pass ito, Jot. Boom, pump fake. Finish, reverse.
Coming off a 27-point performance in his last game, 22 na ginagawa ni Brown.
Tagal pa eh. I think si Calvin and Brandon, another 3 games na out sila. Si Jason, mas matagal pa siya. Kelly had to fly back to the US to attend to some personal matters. He's indefinitely out as well. You can imagine how difficult it is for the rest of the guys to carry. And like I said, we cannot worry about who we do not have. The only thing we can control is who we have.
Yeah, it's important to understand, diba? Na may mga bagay-bagay, may mga factors talaga na sometimes are beyond our control. And yung makokontrol mo, I guess, for your coach and for TNT is who's available and what those guys do on the court. What they have to do right now is climb back from this 14-point hole.
I'll say it again and again and again. If you want to beat TNT, it's now. Kulang-kulang po sila. It's only their second game. Dito sa ating Golf Cup, rather.
Alalon taking that jumper. And he now has 8 points to go along with 9 rebounds. Franyu, nagtitipon pa rin para sa Titan Ultra. 10 assists na. Third quarter pa lang tayo.
Joe Celso. Pinablo, tinutulak si Tyrell Brown.
Oh! Sahonia with a 4! Right at the buzzer.
2.5 minutes out of the third quarter. I think I'm going to stand by what I said kanina. I feel today, the shots are falling, they're defending, nakakuha na naman ng defensive stop itong Titan Giant Risers. Biggest lead ng ball game ito, DC Sacks.
Palaki ng palaki yung kanilang biggest lead. Brown is receiving a lot of bumps underneath. And that's because he's dominated the paint. And now TNT has to get creative in the way they limit the Titan Ultra import. Look at how physical it has been in this game. But also, look at the separation created by Sahonia para makuha yung 4 na yun.
Just stay here. Bring the ball. Pwede na rito.
Dennis, baka pwede ka na rito, pwede mo pasa. Brian, cross screen. Go! Pag wala, pipindaw na si Ato. Brian, pag wala kang tira, still again. We come to you again. Lalabas na ako dito. We just go for deliverance, we just go inside. Okay? Para wala silang pass break. Hey, transition team, transition team. Tao mo, sino tao mo? Oh, ay yung ano, Bebe, si Bebe. No pass break.
Coach Johnny, silipin ulit natin yung team standings. Our format in the Governor's Cup is that the 13 teams are divided into 2 groups.
Group A, Group B, double round po tayo. 7 teams ang nasa Group A. At 6 teams naman po yung sa side ng Group B. Double round, sila po muna maglalaban. Crossover po yan sa quarterfinals. Next 3 games sa Titan.
Ayan yung makikita nyo. Kaya dalawa yung Macau dyan kasi nga double round robin. So, uulit po ng teams. In Group A, yun nga lang, hindi pantay ng mga laro. Diba? Because Group A has 7 teams, meaning each team will have a total of 12 games. Doon naman sa kabila, dahil 6 lang ang teams in Group B, each team will play 10.
Sampu lang.
Will it matter yung masisave na 2 games? Do you think come playoffs, mararamdaman yun na maybe
Tingin ko hindi rin. Basta in any case, yung top 4 nun, di ba? Basta yun tayo. Lamang lang talaga sa games yung mangyayari dun sa Group A. No? Pero doon magkakaroon ng crossover, A1 to B4, A2 to B3, and so on so forth. Best of 5 po yan. Yung quarterfinals natin, best of 5 din ang semis, best of 7 tayo sa finals na usual.
Aurin, wala sa labas. They finally hit one.
This is what they need, John. Shot Reyes says, thank you. He's addressing his bench. Ganun lang. Let's move the ball. Let's hit our 3-point shooters. And then just try to get these clean looks to the basket and just try to bury your shots.
Torres at laman ng TNT. The score on your screens, hindi po yan typo. Talagang Titan Ultra namamayagpag in this game. And it looks like they look like a team, Coach Jolly, yung binanggit natin na sawa na sa mga talo.
Actually, they're looking good. Medyo 5 puntos na itong kanilang reinforcement na si Terrell Brown.
And something that Titan Ultra also needs to understand is mahaba pa naman itong elimination round. And they still have a strong chance to climb up the standings in Group A. But they will have to start winning. They can't wait until the second round.
Definitely. Has to start now. 0-3 po sila. They're looking for this all-elusive win na naging mga talo po nila. Nag-stem from the last conference pa. So, sabi nga ni Jet, pagod na silang matalo. Pero nakikita na gustong-gusto nilang matapos na yung kanilang losing streak. They're up by 16. There's a full 12 minutes ahead of us and the change pa here. There are 34 seconds remaining sa ating third quarter.
Gusto pa ang dagdagan ng Giant Risers, but TNT with a steal. Aurin, babagsak si Sahon niya. He recovers. Malalon kontra kay Junicio. The switch puts Omega on him. Gio asking for it. Nabitawan yung bola on the way up. And now Titan Ultra pa ang may pagkakataon to have the last say. No more fouls to give on TNT. Sumang cross-court. Ular to Sahonya. Pero naubusan ng oras si Brian. Still a good quarter para sa Titan Ultra.
Tama ka. Pero pa man, nice 16-point lead para dito sa Titan. They have one more quarter. Just have to be able to sustain, get those defensive stops tuloy-tuloy, and to continue to play nice offense.
ang kagandahan doon, pagdating sa takbuhan, yung Giant Risers pa rin ang lumalamang. Very early in this game, napansin na natin agad that they wanted to speed up the game, and that has always been the strength of this franchise. And something that TNT has not really been able to stop. When it comes to the import matchup, Days really opened this game up strong. 9 early points, 3 agad. But since then, since the early goings of the first quarter, it has all been Terrell Brown and his dominance in the paint.
Pinapakita sa atin yung buong package. Jut, early on, we saw some jumpers, meron mga three-pointers, pero ngayon, parang exclusively decided to play underneath the basket. At kailangan atake niya dyan sa may low post, getting some nice baskets. Ganda ng kanilang kalamangan, pero an early turnover. Pinasa kayo sa panentro pinasa, so backcourt violation ng Titan doon.
Alam mo, that's not the first time it's happened to them in this conference. A couple of games back, nangyari rin yan. I just remember it was Amores na tumanggap ng inbound. And yan yung mga errors na ayaw mo because it's enforced. Wala kang pressure defense
Saka ito na nga yung pagkakataon mo, Jut, you have to recognize na TNT yan. These are the defending champs that you mentioned. Diba, RHJ kasama nila, champion po ito in the last Governor's Cup. So, diba, we know they're a top-tier team. Dapat ma-recognize na Titan.
It's one of those things na baka it seems like one possession lang naman yun but if these
It
things
can haunt you, it can haunt you in the end.
Kung maiiwasan, di ba, yung mga ganong error.
Saka TNT to, boss, di ba? They definitely have the capability to come back. So, matagal pa to. It's a full quarter.
Again, to remind you, against NLEX na outscore ang Titan Ultra 38-18 in the fourth quarter. So they did lose that quarter by 20, something they cannot do here if they want to secure their first win of the conference. Pero hindi natutuwa si Coach Chot dito sa nakita niya. I'm sure there was a huddle to prepare them for what they hope would be a fourth quarter comeback. But the offense has been stale in the first 2 possessions and gusto agad pag-usapan ni Coach Chot kung anong nangyayari.
Nip it in the bud, Kakan. Right? He just recognizes that under 11 minutes, dapat umpisa na sila ngayon TNT. Next 3 games ng TNT. Terra Firma, Antipolo, Converge, Ninakina Stadium, tapos SMB sa MOA po yan.
Do you think that there is, syempre pag may mga groups, meron laging tinitingnan, uy, ano ba yung parang mas group of death na tinatawag lagi? Meron ba? Or do you think that relatively equal yung difficulty to advance? Ito muna pala, tingnan muna natin. The quarter scoring, imagine this, Coach, 31 sa first quarter, pero second and third combined, 33 lang.
Just able to string up some nice defensive stops. Since Titan, yun ang stop the coverage. Yan ang hinahanap natin. Magmula sa kanila because they did a terrible job against Converge. Just to put it plainly.
The TNT defending a little bit tougher, but Sahonia still having problems. Well, that's TNT having problems. Limiting Brian Sahonia. Pangalawang 4 niya na yan.
And this is an even 20-point advantage para po dito sa Titan. Nawala si Sean Maganda yung screen itong si Agatus at Mark Omega. Big 4-pointer para kay Brian Sahonia.
The Titan Ultra Giant Risers, they came into this game 0-3. Mas masakit pa dun. Yung huli nilang pagkatalo to NLEX, lost by 35. Bago yun, 31-point loss to Converge. But now they're up by 20. One big reason why, Brian Sahonia.
He nag-miss 2 of 2 from the 4-point line is Sahonia, giving his Titan squad a 20-point advantage. And we would look at this unit on the floor para sa TNT. Nainis na ng tuluyan si Coach Chot dun sa tatlong sinasabi natin. Si Nambatac, si Pogoy at saka si Heading. Diyan kayo sa upuan. Ito ngayon on the floor. Look at this 5 on the floor. It's Simon and Cecil Kitevis.
But we gotta say this, si Coach Chot, you know, he has a knack for drawing out big comebacks, big rallies from his third and second units, di ba? Para
mga shock trooper to, boss.
Di ba yung tawag ni Coach Chot dati dun sa mga ganyan niya? Mga shock troopers, mga kurimaus niya, di ba? And he credited them that championship in the bubble that they won.
Doon magagaling ang energy, Jota, di ba? Nothing to lose sila. They come in, minsan lang sila ginagamit. So talagang they just go 101% every time on the floor. He's expecting this 5 to do that. Tyrus Hill, sighting tayo para dito sa TNT. Rarely use the Tyrus Hill.
Sumang kontra kay Kitevis. Draws a foul on Sean and dalawang free throw yan para kay Roy.
It seems like Darius Days is getting ready to check in para sa TNT.
Ay naman, makikibalita kay Nudge.
Jonathan, Coach Jolly, sa huddle nga ng TNT, according to Coach Josh, they have to capitalize on their offensive possessions, lalo na madami silang sinayang na scoring opportunities. Kaya gusto ng coaches to push the pace in transition, moving the ball side to find that open man, making the extra pass instead of just forcing their shots and executing with better spacing and shot selection para sa higher percentage baskets.
Thanks, Nudge. Yung opensa talaga, no? Yung nagiging problema nitong TNT. We know they're missing a lot of points with the absence of Tana, BGR, Jason Castro. But yung mga nagdala sa kanila and their win against Macau, si Nambatac and si Pugoy.
Reyes for disrespectfully addressing an official.
Oh, there's a technical call.
But very frustrating nangyayari din sa TNT. Oh, wow.
Very frustrating indeed because Coach Chot has just been sent to the dugout after 2 technical fouls.
At tinitingnan ko rin yung mga turnovers. 12 turnovers, forcing 12 turnovers itong Titan Ultra against them. Kanina pa sila nagtatapon din ng bola itong TNT. Meanwhile, itong Titan naman taking care of the ball. 6 na turnovers na.
Sumang collects that free throw. May dalawa pa yan because he was fouled in the act of shooting kanina, di ba? And that led, I guess that was the call na kino-contest perhaps ni Coach Chot and why he was...
siya pumutok.
Oo. Eh kanina, di ba, dun sa timeout, we did show you guys what transpired and clearly upset na rin si Coach Chot there.
Parang na-warningan sila kanina if I'm not mistaken. Yung somebody was trying to block I think Jordan Heading trying to block the shot of Sahonia. Walang contact, they were saying.
That was where the first foul, first technical was whistled on Coach Chot. First half pa yun.
Tapos ito sinasabi niya, naka-vertical lang naman yung defender doon, di ba? Tension ng TNT side.
Pugoy, like to loop one over Brown. Not on the first try, pero yung pangalawa, pasok na.
Sandali lang din yung mga shock troopers na pinag-uusapan natin. In-assert na kaagad dito si Darius Days at saka si RR Pugoy.
6 na puntos para kay Pugoy. But only 3 of 9 from the field. Jonicio from his favorite spot. That's a make from the corner 3.
Kala yung tapsing talaga from Titan because they're not rushing their shots. They understand they have a nice 20-plus point lead. Then the ball movement ends up in the hands of Aris Jonicio for a 3-pointer.
Pugoy draws a foul on Brown. So it looks like it's Pugoy trying to take on the responsibility of waking up TNT. Nakita niyo yung mga leading scorers on your screens. Days with just 13.
Hindi pwedeng yung jump shot lang eh. Di ba? Hindi pwedeng. Kailangan atakihin mo talaga yung mga defenses. Especially itong si Darius Days na ang lapad ng pangangatawan. He can can really impose his will dyan sa may ilalim.
Eh, mabigat pa nga doon. This is the only one in double figures.
Oo. Pero easier said than done eh. Di ba yung parang not everybody is, not all players just like to play underneath the basket. Eh. Yung iba talaga, di ba yung kanilang DNA is for shooting three-pointers or shooting jump shots. Not everybody is just comfortable playing in the block.
I think it's very interesting lagi sa Governor's Cup. Kasi pagka 6'10 yung limit mo sa imports, naturally, alam mo, big men talaga.
Oh, yeah.
Or
Power forward. Tama.
baka stretch bigs, pero kadalasan, they're bigs. Pero dito, sa Governor's Cup, dahil 6'5 and below yung, or 6'6 and below, teams can go different ways. Eh. Pwedeng mga undersized bigs or guards talaga. I really find the Governor's Cup very interesting lang yung diskarte ng mga teams in picking their imports as we see Aurin getting an end one opportunity.
Yes, trying to inject life. Ganda yung pino-point out mo kasi Darius Days is parang small forward siya, di ba? Again, like shooting the three-pointers, probably slicing to the basket, pero bihira ako nakita nung nakaraang laro niya sa Macau. Pero itong isa, like you said, nasa Governor's Cup type, pero big siya eh, di ba? Parang more on power forward talaga kilos na. He likes playing in the block. Itong si Terrell Brown.
At marami-rami na rin tayo mga nakitang ganun. Yung mga Governor's Cup imports pero undersized bigs. Tapos mamaw sa ilalim. I mean, take a look at Aaron Fuller. Di ba ilang beses na yan nakakabalik dito? Kasi kahit pasok siya sa limit na 6'6", hindi mo naman mapigilan sa ilalim.
Kaya nahihirapan sa NBA, di ba? Kasi undersized na big. Pero pagdating dito, and then they flourish dito sa PBA.
When you're a hooper, you just chase where that ball takes you.
Go where the love is. Yun ang kukuha sa akin na team. Let's go.
Tingnan mo kung saan ka dinala sa tabi namin dito.
Go where the love is, my friend. Ganda naman ang atake. What's that? RR Pagoy ba?
Scoring leaders now para naman sa Titan. Yeah, Brown leading everyone with 27 game high. Si Sahonia was actually the first local in double figures. Eh, dalawa pa naman yung 4. Gusto sanang dagdagan ng 3, but he misses. And then Junicio also with 10 points.
Galing, ano? Dalawang field goals lang pero 8 puntos. Dalawang 4 yun. Ito, he continues to fire up his three-pointers. Darius Days pero that time. Okay nung una, and you mentioned it, John, the early three-pointers, 7 na puntos kaagad to start this ball game, Darius Days, pero nandamig na eh.
Yeah, he's 4 of 15.
Goodness gracious. Total is only 13 points.
Sumang has a couple of seconds left. Oh, what a pass by Enciso! And Hill finishes at the cup.
Parang pwedeng isalpak ni Tyrus Hill. Yun eh. It's a beautiful pass. No-look pass time and Enciso to Tyrus Hill.
Enciso setting the tone for TNT. They're down by 16, 6 and 14 left. Will we see a Tropang comeback? We'll find out after this.
Hey! You need to play defense! Transition! Ball screen! Now! Hey! Darrell! Same thing, ha? We go 5! We go 5! Cross screen! Up deep! Josh, set a good screen! No, this time...
You're so tuned in to RPTV Season 50 Governor's Cup. Titan Ultra looking for their first win of the conference. They're up by 16. Pero itong TNT, sinusubukang makabalik with plays like this. This is the play of the game brought to you by Sports Plus.
Gandang pasa dyan. Ang gandang finish, Tyrus Hill. Titignan natin if that will inject life into this TNT squad. Talagang struggling for form dito sa larong ito. I'm sure, and I'm sure nung laro nila against Macau, we were talking about this kanina, lamang sila ng 18, and then suddenly nagpakawala ng malaking fourth quarter yung Macau. One-tick na sila, parang 106 to 103. I'm sure nag-worry na si Coach Shotman dyan sa pangyayaring yun, di ba?
Alam mo si RR Pugoy, their last game had 21 points. Nambatac had 23. But today, they've only combined for 15 points. 10 kay Pugoy, 5 lang kay Stingray. Balanza shoots over Ferrer. A looper of a 3.
Parang wala silang ginagawang mali today. Iba ang Titan today. 11 puntos na rin ang naiaambag nitong si Jeric Balanza.
And sometimes as a team, lalo na kapag struggling ka, all you need to understand is yung matanim sa utak mo na, kaya pala. Laban pala tayo. And you know, it's gonna be interesting to see if Titan Ultra hangs on, they can completely fend off TNT. Kasi nagbabadya pa rin makabalik tong tropa. You know, what this does to their confidence.
Yes, maganda punto yan. So all throughout this conference na they will be thinking of this game na the day. If they're able to go on and get this W, this game will stick in their heads and try to do it every time.
But Brown has shown us the full arsenal here. Terrell Brown now at 29. Samahan mo ba yan? 10 rebound, 4 na assist, 3 steals. Days finally makes noise again. Four and 35 left in the fourth. 16 ang lamang ng Titan Ultra. Balanza. Elbow J. They can do no wrong.
Kanina lang at basta na 3-pointer magmula dito kay Jeric Balanza. Follows it up with a nice pull-up jump shot. Quick 5 magmula sa kanya. Ganda naman ang contribution ni Jeric. 13 puntos din. So, daming nasa double digits na para dito sa Titan Giant Rise. Nice looking shade magmula dito kay Balanza.
Ito si Balanza, he also proved what he can do back when he was playing for the Letran Knights. Yun nga lang, nagmintis yung bonus free throw.
Looking at the numbers of Terrell Brown, is 29 and 11 finally. 3-pointer magmula kay Jordan Heading, pero 4 minutes na lang natitira shot eh. 9 puntos na rin ito si Jordan.
Well, with the existence of a 4-point shot in the PBA, parang hindi ganun kalaki. Diba yung 15-point lead?
Sa under 4 minutes pa nga pala to.
Pero maliit na yung room for margin of error ng TNT. It's very small. Ferrer yung tinawagan ng foul doon.
String up some defensive stops if you're TNT. Ang layo ng comparing kung paano naglaro yung Titan rather nung kalaban nila yung Converge as against today. Ganda ng nilalaro ng Titan.
Munzon?
Can they sustain for the last 4 minutes? Jot, yun yung malaking question.
Well, they do draw foul on Tyrus Hill. So ngayon at the limit na itong TNT.
Important free throws, I would say, kahit ganyan yung kanilang kalamakan. Again, that's TNT. And you mentioned it, Chat, di ba? They're not top-tier team for nothing, di ba? The capability to come back is there.
It's going to be important for Munzon and Titan Ultra to make sure that if they want to get that win, really shut the door on TNT.
Oo, totally.
Dito bumagal sa second quarter si Days. But actually, really it started midway through the first quarter kasi nga yung 9 niya in the first.
Napakaaga.
I think he made his first 3 or 3 of his first 4 shots.
Ano, yes.
Balik sa 17, yung lamang ng Titan Ultra, and they force a turnover.
That was frustrating. Pinapon yung bola and forced an error.
Brand new will set the table again. He has tied his career high of 11 assists. Yu looking for a teammate. Munzon had to take the 4. Hits nothing. Ball will go back to TNT.
Alam mo, kahit na 24-second shot clock yun, parang isipin mo, okay lang, di ba?
Yeah.
Maraming oras na nagamit eh. Well, that's because also of this nice 15-point lead.
And from what I understand, ang turnover na...
2017. Yung math ko nawawala. Go ahead, Chat. You were saying.
From what I understand, ang turnover ng shot clock violation is a team turnover naman. So it's not exactly gonna reflect on Munzon. So honestly, kung nag-uubos ka lang ng oras, well, a flopping violation was called on Fran Yu, but even from the free throw line, heading, and TNT cannot cash in. So yun yung flop na tinawag kay Fran.
I'm sure they can't wait for the Calvin of Canas and the Jason Castros, even the BGRs to come back. Pero sa interview ni Coach Chot kanina, parang tatlong laro pa. Chot, no? So, have to try to hold the fort. Sabi nga nila, in the absence of those guys.
That's right. Alam mo, dalawa na yung dalawang coach na nakita natin in the finals of the Commissioner's Cup. Parehong na-eject na very early in the Governor's Cup. Coach Tim also got ejected in their first game of the conference. Ngayon, si Coach Chot din.
Nandiyan talaga yung passion na
that goes to...
Galit na ano ba? Pag yung talagang it's not going your way, talagang mainis ka, ma-frustrate ka eh.
And I think it also tells us about the standard that these coaches hold their teams to. Hindi natin gagamiting excuse yung hindi kasi umabot kami ng Game 7 ng finals eh, kaya pagod pa kami, hindi pa kami kompleto. No, they're demanding the best from their teams. They're expecting to win agad as soon as they play in this next conference.
Always demanding the best from the guys.
Well, that's why Coach Tim Cone, Coach Chot Reyes, some of the best to ever coach in the PBA, in the national team as well.
Hindi ka pwedeng palang sibuyas playing for those coaches, Coach Yang and those two that you mentioned, di ba? Kailangan laban ka lang. Ready to accept the challenge. Darius Jace is the too late like hero. Because this is 16 ang kanilang hinahabol with 2 minutes and 20.
Sa sobrang importante, Coach Jolly, ng role ng imports. Ang hirap, no? Pagka yung import mo go scoreless for an entire quarter. Diba? That's what happened in the second quarter with Darius Days. And doon nakabuelo yung Titan Ultra.
Parang unacceptable pag inisip mo eh. Diba? Kasi they'll get all this playing time, they'll get all these touches.
Ferrer from the outside. Last 2 minutes brought to you by Sports Plus. This is looking more and more like a secured win for Titan Ultra. Siguro medyo milagro na kakailanganan ng TNT dito.
Grabe, no? 10-time losing streak. Yung losing streak yung ng 10 ng Titan. At sabi mo nga mo, matatapos na today.
There's a minute and 20 left on the clock. They're up by 16. This is gonna be a refreshing result para sa Giant Risers. Reset ng mindset, reset ng mga frustrations na dinamo in the back-to-back 30-point losses.
Plain and simple, a feel-good win para sa kanila, di ba? Dahil it's been a while. 10-game losing streak, Titan. It's gonna end today.
And for TNT, what's the first thing that you're gonna look at if you're the coaching staff?
Titigan mo kaagad yung mga injuries ng mga boys dahil...
Kailan ba makakabalik?
Ano naman nangyari dyan kay Calvin? Babalikan ni Coach Chot and the gang yung mga the guys of BGR. Even if he's not putting up big numbers, napakahalaga ni BGR also. That presence and di ba magdadalawang isip ka atakin siya, susupal-paling ka niya. So the Calvin of Tanas, the BGR, of course, Jason Castros, napakahalaga. Pero again, I mentioned this kanina, habang wala pa sila, kung anong meron kayo, and yun ang minention din ni Coach Chot kanina, di ba? Kung anong, what we have now, we'll try to make do with what with the players that we have now. So we just try to hold the fort in the absence of those of the injured players.
That's just going to be a quick review. And they're going to give that ball to Titan Ultra. I don't know kung nakita nyo on your screens, pero look at there, bottom left, si Franyu just very, very happy with the impending win they're about to collect here. Hindi rin biro yung pinagdaanan ng mga guys who were with a franchise that Titan Ultra took over, yung Northport, di ba? I mean, may mga sarili na silang frustrations back then.
Yes.
And they just want to be able to show that they're here to compete.
Yeah. And ito na-mention mo rin kanina, maganda na maaga-aga pa. Okay na 0-3 sila. Pero di ba, we mentioned the number of games na magkakaroon. They're gonna have a total of 12 games sa kanilang bracket 8. Start winning na today and hoping, again, to string up a good number of wins. Baka makapasok sa top 4, di ba?
Terrell Brown, 29 points and 10 rebounds, 5 assists as well. Following up dun sa performance niya, 27 and 10 in their last game, although it was a 35-point loss.
But I would say, Jack, very impactful yung mga puntos niya ngayon. Di ba, he decided to not take jumpers. Inatake niya ng inatake dun sa may bandang ilalim. Di ba, yung mga pump fake, tapos mga reverse layups niya. Ilang beses nangyari yan. Tama nga, we have to make a special mention of Pao Villar, who also played very well today para sa Titan.
He helped set the tone para sa Giant Risers first quarter pa lang isang activity. But the best player of the game, brought to you by Sports Plus, is their import, Terrell Brown II. We mentioned his numbers earlier. Talk about his impact sa larong to.
Because he started firing up jumpers initially, di ba? Bit his spots very well. Tapos nung bandang second half, he decided to attack the basket. Ito, makita tayo ng jump shot dito, pero marami siya mga plays binigay sa kanya. Nilo-low post na sila, inaatake niya sila. Siya best player ng ating ballgame.
And after 4 games, Titan Ultra finally breaking through with their first win of the Governor's Cup. They win this one 103-87 over the TNT Tropang 5G. Pero alam mo, it was really the defense of Titan Ultra that helped them win this game.
That's correct. Nakikita natin na talagang we-scramble sila. Kasi Kinoko, I did yung last game na they were really not defending nung nakarang laro dyan.
Well, don't go anywhere dahil susunod na rin po. Laban na naman, San Miguel versus Converge. Stay tuned for that.
First win in the books already for the Titan Ultra Giant Risers, and our best player of the game is none other than our import, Terrell Brown. Congratulations, Terrell. This is your first win in the PBA and also for Titan. How much of the record allowed you to influence your game?
I just knew we really needed to win this game, so I came out, I gave my all. I tried to help on defense and offense, both sides, and we came out with the win.
All right, Terrell, much of the games that you had today allowed you would allow your opponent to score more than 100 points per game, but today you allowed TNT to just score 87. How much emphasis was put on defense and allowing that to influence your personal game?
We made it a point in practice this week to focus on defense, focus on the help side defense, and and running back on transition. And so I think we did that very well today. That's why we got the win.
Terrell, a lot of PBA fans are waiting to hear from you. Any message you would like to send out to them?
Just thank you for watching, thank you for support, and keep coming.
All right, thank you so much, Terrell. Congratulations once again. Now it's time to head to our press conference.
Welcome to the post-game press conference. We are here with our winning coach, Renzi Bahar. Coach Renzi, kanina nga po nasabi mo na ang trinabaho nyo talaga sa training ay yung takbuhan. And we definitely saw the results today. First half pa lang, 19 fast break points. Coach, what did you like most about the way your team executed in transition and capitalized dito sa short-handed na TNT?
Yes, first of all, I would like to thank the Lord na binigyan kami na unang panalo for this conference. Yun lang, like what I said in the before the start of the game, challenge ko yung mga players ko to commit number one on defense. Because for our last 3 games that we play, especially on our last game against NLEX, kumbaga talagang nagkaroon kami ng masamang depensa. Okay? Nagsimula yon from our rebounding department, at the same time yung transition defense. Okay? So that's why after our loss against NLEX, so kumaga trinabaho namin talaga yung number one on defense. Transition defense plus the rebounding. Halos pinatakbo ko sila ng pinatakbo sa training, especially kung coming from the offensive rebound, talagang binibilang namin yun. Talagang kung ilang offensive rebound na mabigay, yun ang itatakbo ng players namin. So that's why siguro ngayon, nag-commit yung mga bata, nag-commit yung mga players namin on our defense alone. So.
Balikan natin yung laro sa pagitan ng Titan Ultra at TNT Tropang 5G. Dito sa Inares Center in Antipolo, yung TNT wanted to make it back-to-back wins. Yung Titan Ultra naman, naghahanap ng una nilang panalo in the Governor's Cup. And early on in this game, we saw Darius Days do what he did in his PBA debut. Nagpaulan ng mga tres.
Early on indeed, makakita tayo ng several 3-pointers magmula sa kanya. Pero yung import naman itong kalaban, this is Terrell Brown, started yung kanyang scoring dun sa may bandang ilalim dyan.
It was a showdown between the two imports, although they were getting their points in different ways, di ba?
Yeah.
Mas sa ilalim tumikada si Brown because yung mga kakampi niya naman, sila yung gumagawa sa tres.
Ganda ng local support on that Titan side. Pero itong magaling na dumipensa na gwardiya nitong TNT, Sean Kitepis will also have a nice contribution sa larong ito, John.
He actually had 5 straight points in that stretch, giving TNT a 4-point lead at the end of 1. Pagdating ng second quarter, we were able to see Gio Halalon finding a way to carve out space underneath.
There was a very nice sequence to Gio Halalon, getting baskets, getting rebounds. Pero ito, well, this is gonna be a nice brand new 3-pointer para sa Titan.
That was just one of 2 shots na naipasok ni Franjo, but he did have a career high-tying 11 assists in this game.
Showing us the full package, Terrell Brown. We got 3-pointers, we got baskets underneath. That time, umatake siya baseline. Getting a nice finish was T. Brown.
10-point lead para sa Titan Ultra at the half. Now, in the third quarter, dito susubukan ng TNT makabalik. Heading, tried to spearhead their comeback with a triple. Pero may sagot na naman sa kabila. Kung kanina, pure strength yung ginagamit ni Brown. Dito kita mo, may finish.
And very skillful sa may low post area. Very, very patient. Pump fake to throw off those defenders. Magandang reverse layup ang mula sa kanya.
Tapos, doon naman sa labas, etong si Sahonia. That was one of 2 4-point shots that he drilled. That one against the shot clock too.
Mga locals, no? Just complimenting itong si Terrell Brown. Yung kanilang import, just complimenting him nicely. Ito pa ang isa to start the fourth quarter. Ang kanilang two-way player na si Aris Junicio.
Alam naman na natin, sa kanto, huwag mong iiwanan. Yan si Aris Junicio. And he drilled that 3-pointer, palaki ng palaki yung lamang ng Titan Ultra. It reached a high of 22. And that's when R.R. Pugoy tried to put his team on his shoulders, pero lagi lang talagang may sagot ang Titan Ultra.
Terrell Brown, di pa rin siya tapos dito, John. It's gonna be a 29-point game para sa kanya. That time pulling up for a nice little 12-footer.
Nagpakita ng tres in the first half ng Araro, pati mid-range jumper, pinakitaan tayo. And then, the finishing touches coming from Jeric Balanza, also finishing with 13 points. Tyrell Brown II led all scorers with 29 points and 10 rebounds. Tig-13, sina Munzon, Balanza at Sahonia to help the Titan Ultra Giant Risers get their first win of the Governor's Cup 103-87 over the TNT Tropang 5G. At dyan na muna po magtatapos ang first game offering namin mula sa Inares Center in Antipolo. Para po kay Coach Jolly Escobar, kay Naj Miravalles, at para po sa aming incredible production and technical teams. John Sulit, nagpapasalamat sa panonood ninyo ng PBA dito sa RPTV, powered by Sports 5.